Yo, we back with another one. We finna get into this crazy video about Biggie, man. But before we do that, y'all already know they put King AK in YouTube jail, so he can't upload for some days. He might be back this week. He might not be back the next week, man. But if you want to keep up with what everything he got going on, his Instagram right here. Make sure y'all go follow his Instagram, his Facebook page right here. You see that, The Real Voice, AK-47, his Facebook page right here. He be over there, and you can go right here to his Twitch. You see that right there, King AK-47 on the Twitch, man. So if y'all missing him, man, and wondering what's happening and what's going on, man, y'all know he was getting to the bottom of some things, then, you know, out of nowhere, zap, they'll do that to you over here. But like I said, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go follow him on these different platforms if you've been wondering where he at and to keep up with everything he got going on. Now, let's get into this video. See what's going on with Biggie, man. So they supposed to be talking about one of the girls in Biggie, I guess it was the Juicy video. And I guess they say the girl was one of them alphabet people. You know what I'm saying? You know I be cautious with the words over here. You got to be cautious with the words, but we finna go ahead and get into it, man.
Speaking of Big, and I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe you can tell me, because I always heard this rumor. Is it true that the main girl in the Big Papa video is a transsexual?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Damn, that's how y'all hey, drop a Buddha bomb, because shit, I ain't know that. Damn. Oh, man. I definitely might never not want to watch that video again, goddammit.
That's the girl. The girl. Yeah.
It was a transsexual in there, and she ended up getting.
Yeah, I heard the same thing too, man. I think that that gingerbread, the transgender, they kill themselves or whatever.
I mean, not Gene Deal making all of us flood the comment section of Biggie's Big Papa like it's a new release. And to be quite honest, after watching his interview, I can never hear the song the same way again. What do you mean the love interest in the song was trans? With all the things I've heard about Biggie, honey, it's hella sus. Also, I don't know why I even decided to go down the Biggie trans bi rabbit hole, cause the things I dug up are shocking. Guys, if you want to know the truth about what was really going on there, stick around. Also, what's this I'm hearing about Tupac Shakur allegedly being a BIH for ops when he was in prison?
This brother was not living the truth. Wasn't living who he was. I'll take that to my grave. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Anybody who lives a lie is going to not heal. I mean, you don't get away with a lie in any way. You skirting from the truth, your system knows that. And when it comes down to it, if you're not authentic, you're not who you are, you're gonna pay for it.
And that he was basically a gay man playing the character of a gangster womanizer?
I feel like if you can't respect yourself, then you can't respect your race, then you can't respect another's race, then you can't respect, it just has to do with respect, like my mother taught me. So, what we're doing is starting the Black Panthers again in Marin City, just getting first teaching pride and then teaching education, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
It's 2024, and y'all have literally decided that you won't let the legends rest. But you know what? I'm personally here for all that hot stankin' mess, and we are going to begin with those allegations about Biggie. So anyone who has cared for some tea knows that there have always been rumors about how Biggie was into trans women. In fact, there were rumors that he used to travel.
Wait, what? Who the hell? No. Oh no, hold on. I ain't never heard that about Biggie. You feel me? I ain't never heard that. I don't know who started it or where it came from, but we finna see what's to it though.
To DC with Diddy and share the same trans women. Rumors, okay? Just rumors. Don't come after me. Anywho, we've had another section of people who have always been convinced that Biggie was actually bi.
I lost $200 the other day.
Damn.
on Biggie. You want to know why?
On Biggie?
On
Biggie
Biggie.
gay.
You want to know why?
Who killed Biggie?
No, listen. You want to know why? Because they betted me that Biggie was bisexual.
Really? Why?
I betted $200 he wasn't.
Why?
And they played 4 or 5 songs of Biggie saying bisexual, talk about he'll suck a dad, a
daddy
lady.
dick.
Hey, look, man. So you know if Whack 100 said it, we gotta take it with a grain of salt. We got to. We ain't got no choice, man. Whack could tell you something. Whack just said stuff, man. Been for years. Whack ain't showed no proof. Been on Clubhouse talking about this same stuff every day that he still ain't proved us that was the truth. I'm just saying. Some stuff he did tell the truth about. But it's a lot of stuff we don't know if Whack was telling the truth or not.
RuPaul. Some weird shit. He said some wild shit.
I lost $200.
Okay, when it comes to the allegation that Biggie was into trans women, a lot of people draw the conclusion from Big's music videos like Big Papa. Like, tell me why Big had 2 trans women and one of them, Shamika, was in other Biggie videos. For
Shamika. Did they notice a Puff was just that freaky back then? Puff, you were freaky. I bet you did. I know Puff got something to do with it. I bet you did. That's probably why Big was scared to leave Bad Boy. You was probably setting him up like that from the beginning now. He ain't gonna just go that easy. Drop a Buddha bun. But Puffy not wanting to let nobody get off Bad Boy easy. That's what happened. I see what's going on here. I see it already.
For reference, Shamika is also in the Warning video with Biggie in bed. And she was also in the Flavor in Your Ear remix as she dances behind LL, who had his own alleged dealings with trans women. Child, I know what y'all are gonna say.
Hold on, this bop was running out? She done had Puff, Big, Ella, damn. Oh, no. How y'all get ran by a fake bop, man?
Rappers don't cast the dancers for the videos and most likely wouldn't have had a clue who was what. That's true. But when it comes to someone like Shamika, who was not in just a couple of Biggie's videos, but other videos for Bad Boy Records, they had to know. Plus, in Big Papa, one of the trans women is shown peeing at the urinal with other men, meaning...
Oh, no. Oh, no. When them no. Oh, no. I ain't never noticed that. I'd have been start watching
They
that
either
video.
knew or put that part in there as a joke, which also doesn't make sense at all. What's more is that in the video for Flavor in Your Ear, Shamika is seen right after LL hollers out, he, she. So you cannot tell me that these people did not know exactly what they were doing when casting. Biggie probably also knew and approved,
on,
and there
man.
have always been 2 angles to this.
No, y'all
One, he
killing
was just
my-
ahead of
y'all
his time,
killing my
and it really didn't
Thanksgiving,
matter
man.
to him that the women were trans. Or 2, he was into trans women like people always suspected. I don't know. Baby, I'm not one to judge because to each his or her own. And people really have the right to choose to be with whomever they want.
Magic
What
Johnson
I'm more
say,
concerned
"I won't
about
be
is
there."
what happened to
I won't be
Shamika
there.
because allegedly she was unalive. Now, I'm not sure if it had anything to do with her involvement with the rappers, but I've seen threads claiming that her boyfriend was the one who unalived her. Now, do you think it had anything to do with how close she was to the rappers like Biggie? Still on Biggie and how he identified, we've had a few people claim that they believe Biggie was bi, majorly because of some of his lyrics, like DJ Academics, for instance.
Then I'm looking at some of the lyrics and I'm like, yo, you look so good, I want to suck on your daddy's penis. I'm like,
Daddy's dick. That's actually, that's a Richard Pryor line that he adopted. Richard Pryor actually said that in a comedy special.
yeah, but Richard Pryor was gay too. So it's like, you getting your inspiration from a gay man found you, and the other guy is having freak offs with the men. I'm just saying, like, in the midst of it, it might, again, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I don't say that to like make anybody feel like I'm trying to downplay his legacy or nothing like that. Even if he was gay, so what?
Yeah, so what?
Now, something else that DJ Academic said was that he was making his assumptions based on Biggie's proximity. And he just so happened to be around Diddy and Mr. C a lot.
And I looked this up. Did you accuse Biggie of being bisexual?
I didn't accuse him of being bisexual. I said that there is a possibility he could have been. We don't know. I mean, he's deceased. And I'm not speaking ill of the dead, but I'm like, I'm only putting 2 and 2 together. His DJ was homosexual or bisexual.
Wait, who?
DJ
Mr. C? That wasn't his DJ.
Oh, what was it?
Mr. C discovered Biggie.
Drop a Buddha bun for Academics having his own case for being a freaky man. Yeah, act. you ain't out the water yet, act.
Oh, okay,
and brought him to Puffy.
Okay, well, hey, listen.
He was not his actual DJ.
Okay. Well,
I believe DJ Enough was his DJ.
Okay, thank you for putting me on game with that.
Yes.
But I'm just going by proximity. If you around 5 homosexuals, I'm thinking you might be the
Who else is gay? I mean, I guess maybe Puffy.
Diddy?
Speaking of Mr. C, for those who recall, some time back, Mr. C was making a lot of headlines
I
for
know
sleeping
about
with
Mr.
trans
C.
women. And after much talk of the incident in the media, C resigned from his spot on Hot 97. Remember,
they
he had pled
exposed
guilty
him so
to
bad
public
on the
lewdness
Breakfast
and
Club.
exposure charges after being arrested for allegedly engaging in an intimate act with a man in a parked car, and he was arrested in New York City after allegedly soliciting intimacy from an undercover male police officer. Ciao. Anyway, when he was back in the headlines for similar allegations, a lot of people were telling him to just out
on,
himself.
man.
And when he
Mr.
was
C
finally ready to
did,
do
man.
it, he did. In an
Leave that
interview
man
with
alone,
GQ,
man.
C spoke of why he felt the need to lie about his engagements and the support he felt he would have from his old friend, Biggie Smalls. About how his regular engagements began, he said, "The best way I can explain it is that I was so knee-deep into doing it that it became a part of me. It's also the rush of get horny, A, and B. You know, 1 + 1 = 2. You get horny, go out, get your ish. It became a part of my routine. Even though I was fearful, there was a part of me that felt invincible too." On how he felt the first time being caught, he said, literally dead in the casket in the coffin. Then on why he continued to lie, he was like, "It wasn't even about losing the job. I was just afraid of what the perception was going to be about me and that people were still going to want to stand behind the Mr. C brand. How was I going to be able to continue to support and take care of all the people that I care about?" He was also asked if he was gay, and this was what he said. "Absolutely not. And it's nothing. It's no offense to transgender women, but I only get with transgender women for one thing and one thing only, and that's for oral." Okay, like I said, I never had dash with a man. I never had dash
Wait,
with a
what?
transgender woman. Then he was asked about if Biggie would support him, and this is what he said. "I know Big stands next to me. I have no question in my mind. In hip hop, you know who's phony, you know who's hypocritical, you know who's real. So not only do I feel like Big has my back, I feel like every person that I have written for in their afterlife, I think they got my back as well."
He felt like he knew Puffy was a freaky man too. He knew, that's what he thought, man. But that man dead. Come on, man.
Now, the question many people were asking themselves is, why would C think that Biggie would be okay with what he was doing? Was it because he also had similar tendencies, similar engagements? As you think about that, let's move on to Tupac and why we also have people believing that he went through some nasty, nasty things when he was in prison. What happened here was that Tupac Shakur and members of his entourage were charged with essaying a female fan who would later be identified as Ayanna Jackson.
I was hysterical. I know Fuller was
Shorty,
like,
straight
calm
light.
down, calm down.
All
He was
cap.
like, Ayanna, calm down, just relax, calm down. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, don't touch me. At that point, I'm pretty much in a compromised state where I'm nude, my clothes are ripped off. I'm feeling very much vulnerable, you know?
But she
I'm
lied
like,
on
know,
Tupac,
and he's
though.
like, listen, go to the bathroom, get yourself together. And that room had a bathroom that was off to the side. I went to the bathroom and I kept telling him, I just want to go home.
The Brooklyn woman who had previous relationships with Pac a few days earlier claimed the incident was perpetrated by Pac and his entourage when she met them in a hotel room at New York's Parker Meridian Hotel. But Pac claimed the encounter was consensual throughout the entirety of the court proceedings and even pleaded his case to the public by talking about it. But as you are aware, he went to prison because of the incident.
He's steady telling me to stay out of trouble. He's steady telling me to get everything right back together again, because he could have told me anything. You know, I went to the jailhouse and everything, and he gave me a lot of good advice. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll ask you all the questions I think your fans and friends want to know. Anything that you can't answer, you just stop me, because I know tomorrow is the arraignment.
I get sentenced tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you tell me when your lawyers have asked you to stop. The girl who claims that, what did she claim?
I can't even say it, man.
Okay. But technically it's a case.
Okay. It's a case in where I have females saying that. I can't say it, but
okay.
It just bothers me so much, you know what I'm saying? To go through my life and everything I did in my life, coming out of a family and a household with just women, to get to this point, to have a woman say that I took something from her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know.
Okay, word on the street is that you had a relationship with this woman prior to all this friction.
I guess you could say that's a relationship. I bumped in a club, you know? I seen her in a club, and something happened in the club that I can't say over the air, but something that.
Okay, let's use a clinical term. Word on the street?
Yeah, word on the street.
Yeah, word on the street that there was oral copulation.
Yeah, she performed those dance floor. Now, it's a lot of guys out there that can say what they wouldn't do and what they would do, and when it happens, you know, it just goes down. You know what I'm saying? And it's really, you know, and everybody want to be my, you know, it's cool, but it happens, man. Things happen, man. It's like when you're in this position and with the lights and the cameras and everything, people do some crazy things, and I do crazy things too, you know. So, but I paid for that. I paid for enjoying that little moment, because.
Okay, but wait a minute. Let's not get this mixed up. Situation that was separate.
That's separate in the club.
Yeah.
Then this same female, like about 3 days later, you know, she came. Can't say, but she filed a charge against me and said that I did so and so and so and so.
Right.
Now, even though you know I couldn't come up and say what her name is, I can't even say the woman who's charging me, even though she said Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I say her name, they can sue me. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to take the case and go to court. Now, even though the court, for that case, now that's not 2 years. That's a far case.
Oh.
But the Hughes brothers, I'm getting sentenced tomorrow. You know, all the cases where I'm so-called guilty, they tomorrow. You know, all the cases that I can fight, they way in the past, and they'll deal with me in the newspapers.
Now, in 1995, Miss Wendy Williams started spreading a rumor that Tupac Shakur was SA'd in prison. And after she said that, Tupac spoke openly about Wendy Williams, saying he was hurt by her statements because they were disrespectful. In his own words, I got beef with Wendy Williams saying I got SA'd in jail because that disrespected me, my family, and what I represent. Tupac also said that what made him even more furious was the fact that people believed the lies. Now, as much as Tupac himself did.
Man, Wendy was starting a whole lot of stuff back in the day. That's why don't nobody care about her condition now. Drop the Buddha bomb at the fact that Wendy started so much stuff back in the day that she's sick now, and the people, they just don't care about her. It is what it is, though.
Denied the rumors. The allegation was used against him in diss tracks by blogs, and after a couple of people repeating the same allegation, people actually believed it. And that's not all. We also had speculations and rumors going around that Tupac was also willingly hooking up with men while in prison. Baby, Tupac himself never stated publicly that he was anything else apart from being hetero, and he had relationships with several women during his lifetime. He was also married at some point in his life and even had an engagement. But if you ask some people, they will tell you that his looks, behavior, and even social contacts were enough receipts that the gangster womanizer persona was fake and he was gay. In fact, many people point out to a video of Tupac that resurfaced from when he was 17 that also made a lot of people say that his entire womanizer persona was fake.
My mother taught me.
For the record, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that about Pac at all. I don't know what Biggie had going on. Y'all see Puffy extra freaky, man. I don't know what he had going on, but he put the ABC people with his video. He was in the bed with, oh my God, he was in the bed with one. All that going on, man. Pac ain't never did nothing like that, man. But they trying to put 2 and 2 together with Pac, but at the same time, man, it ain't never been proven, man, and I ain't never heard nothing like that about Pac at all, period. And I don't believe that.
3 things: respect, knowledge, search for knowledge. It's an eternal journey. That's like my haircut, the line. 360 degrees, find knowledge, always. And she taught me to not be quiet. To, if there's something in my mind, speak it. Like at work, I can't hold a job. I just quit my job today, actually, because I wanted to come and do this. And they wouldn't let me. And I felt like it was important, and it was more important than serving pizza, and we had enough people, so I felt like since I'm an actor, they should understand. They should have let me do it, but they didn't. And then I had a cold, so they were making me work in a freezer. And I'm really not one to be disrespected, and I felt like that was disrespectful because I asked to go, you know. So
most of the responses to the resurfaced video were pretty much the same, with people saying how they now believe Tupac was gay. As you can see in the video, Tupac was what some would call soft, unlike how he became once he started rapping. And what many people are saying is that the Tupac from the video.
All right, but look, bruh, You get shot 5 times. I think you go change. But even before he got shot, he was thugging. When he had the incident, the police out there and all that, man, like Pac was really out here thugging. So you mean to tell me Pac was from the Bay, back and forth to New York? Everybody got these stories, but ain't nobody got no stories like this? I don't believe it. I need somebody to come out with a legit story about it, or I don't believe it. Now, Puffy, extra freaky, man. We already know, man. He was extra freaky. So we ain't gotta really debate. Really, like, it ain't no like we ain't gotta even get in all that, man. Puffy was a freaky man.
When he was 17 was the real Tupac. I mean, we have people commenting things like people still in denial and think he was a masculine thug. And he got the right ear pierced. If you a 90s kid, you know what that means. Dude was gay. Those hands don't lie. Tupac was no gangster, just a good actor, and he gave the people what they wanted to see. Just sad that he thought he had to be someone who he never was and paid the price like he was about that life. To all the young people, before pronouns and rainbow flags were popular, an ear piercing on your right ear was the biggest signal. In addition, it was also revealed that Pac was a theater major at the Baltimore School for the Arts, and he danced ballet, which means that Tupac had the necessary training to pull off a character. And if you ask a lot of people, they will tell you that he did pull off that thug character pretty well. Add on to the fact that he was also a ballerina, and you will probably understand where people are coming from. In fact, we had people saying that those who are still in denial are just in denial because it's Tupac. But if you actually knew a guy who danced ballet and had the same mannerisms, you would be 100% convinced that he was gay. As if that wasn't enough, we also have Keefe D specifically say that in his opinion, Tupac and Diddy were a couple at some point.
Yeah, that's some weird shit going on, you know? Yeah.
And what was Tupac doing at the party, yo?
Damn, I ain't know Keefe D said
Him and
that.
Puff was there together. They was there, you know what I'm saying? Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird on it, you know what I'm saying?
Tupac and Diddy was a couple. No, Keefe D. Now, I don't know. I ain't saying Keefe D lying, but what I'm saying is, you know, he the same person that's saying now all of a sudden he won in Vegas when Pac even got shot, but he's saying Puffy tried to give him $1 million to do it, but he ain't never get the $1 million, so he ain't never really do it, but then he wrote a whole book about doing it. On top of all that, Wack 100 trying to bail him out of jail, man. I don't know about this one.
That's why I don't know how they fell out or nothing like that. They was road dogs, you know what I'm saying? They even got pictures of him. He got on that blue sweater with the turtleneck, him and him hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture? Yeah. That picture there, they was at that party that day. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit. Yeah, that's weird, dude. Yeah,
bunch of weirdos, man.
Again, I know that some people will say that it all doesn't make sense.
No cap, though. I ain't gonna lie. Free Keefe D, though, man, because he need to get back out here. If he could just get back out here and talk, man, it's going to be so funny, man. Free Keefe D. I don't want to see nobody locked up.
Sense, considering what Tupac also said about Quincy Jones. There was an interview back in the day where Tupac said that Quincy Jones asked him if he could stick it in his backside. The only problem is that if you look on the internet, you will not find that audio anywhere. But based on what Tupac said and how he said it, he supposedly made it clear to Quincy that he did not roll like that. So was he also just acting when he said this? Personally, I wouldn't even care how he chose to identify. But if he was being forced to be somebody else, then that's something else.
All right, look, man, I done heard enough. Y'all get a comment. Let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy Buddha. I'm out.